Welcome to our travel vlog channel. Please follow us, the Gray Geese, and our travel adventures. In this episode, you will get to explore our ventures to the Caribbean island of St. Martin. The landing into Princess Juliana Airport on the Dutch side of St. Martin is arguably one of the coolest airplane descents in the Caribbean, if not the world. The runway is short, and you land right at the end of the ocean water. It's a quick landing, so buckle up and brace yourself. It's also right beside the famous Mayho Beach. After landing, we were greeted by an employee from Exclusive Car Rental at the airport. There are many car rental options here, but we recommend Exclusive. Not only is the Jeep sand friendly, but needed for some of the roads, which is what we did rent. We also locked our keys in the Jeep, and they were lightning fast to help us. This is a view back towards Mayho, which is the area where the airport is and overlooking Simpson Bay. This is a vibrant area with a lot of nightlife. This is the Oyster Bay Beach Resort. Oyster Bay is on Oyster Pond, which is still on the Dutch side of the island, but very close to the French side. The landscape was colorful and the mountains were a welcome surprise. Walls had tasteful and artistic graffiti. On the Dutch side in the Oyster Pond area, Villa Alabaster was located in the small but upscale complex of the Coral Beach Club. Our 3-bedroom, 3-bath villa was located directly on the beach, Dawn Beach, and was extremely spacious and on one level without any stairs. We love this place so much that we have booked it again for another trip. There is also an on-site concierge, and this villa has a private pool, and you have full use of any and all amenities, including the infinity pool at the neighboring Oyster Bay Beach Resort. This villa was modern and had a full-size dining table as well as a washer and dryer. The private pool was a huge plus to this property, and the depth was around 3 feet, although some of the other private villa pools looked a bit deeper. This was perfect for our 2 young daughters. The owner of the villa was friendly, and the entire property was pristine and well kept. The pool temperature was perfect, and we enjoyed sitting outside and watching the green iguanas that would wander by. It also came with storm shutters, but more about the need for those later in this video. This set directly on the Dawn Beach area, looking directly out from the villa. You could also see the neighboring island of St. Bart's in the distance. And for St. Bart's, you could take a day trip to St. Bart's via ferry or airplane ride. The security in the area was great and you always felt safe. This area also came with its own assigned parking spot that was also in an enclosed parking garage that was just steps away from the villa area. The cabana was great for relaxing and was a great detail for the villa. Food. Look, we like food, and the food on this island is the best we have ever had. The French restaurants on the French side are fabulous and decently priced. You could probably eat at a different restaurant every day for months and never get bored. And we did eat at multiple restaurants while there. Our very favorite restaurant, maybe in the world, is L'Atelier. This gem of a restaurant is located in the famous Orient Village. Reservations are a must for this restaurant. The owner personally came out to our table with his chalkboard menu to go over each item, to go over the daily specials, and to ask us if we had any questions. Although this is a steakhouse, we can tell you that every single dish we ordered was fabulous. L'Atelier has both an extensive wine list and handcrafted cocktails from their full bar. But don't forget, they are closed on Sundays. Also in Orient Village was a restaurant called Yellow Sub. Yellow Sub was much more casual, and we enjoyed both breakfast and lunch there on a couple of occasions. The girls loved the orange and white tabby cat that resided in Yellow Sub, and let me just say that the portions were great, and the espresso martinis were probably some of the best we had on the entire island, and let's just say we sampled them from a few places. Prices were fabulous, and you could get a couple of chocolate croissants in the morning for just a few bucks. Service was stellar, and the Yellow Sub occasionally has live music. Yellow Sub is what we would call a French bar located at the end of the main road into Orient Village. we did venture into the famous culinary district of Grand Cause. We were initially confused about where to park, but there is a parking area at the end of the one-way street with restaurants on either side. We did go to Bistro Caribes, which, by the way, is consistently in the top 20 list of Caribbean restaurants. It's obvious that it is a top French restaurant. This was a white tablecloth type of dining experience and one of the few places that was air conditioned. So if air conditioning matters, then this is the place for you. Another fabulous restaurant we dined at was La Oasis. We ate here for both dinner and brunch. This is located in the Oyster Pond area and is next door to a small store called Bread and Butter. And Bread and Butter, although not pictured here, serves and sells wine, fresh pastries, donuts, and baguettes, and some simple groceries for your villa. We didn't try a pizza at Oasis, but we will when we return because people raved about it. All of the food was prepared exquisitely and moderately priced. The service, including our server Karen, was some of the best we'd had on the island. And I will say this about all of the restaurants. We never ever felt rushed, unlike what you would feel in many American restaurants. Owners and chefs are super proud, and you can tell. It's a true culinary experience each time. Homemade pastas. And this is example of a swordfish dish that we had. They also have fresh seafood selections and a very well-rounded menu with daily specials. Fun for the whole family. A trip to Pinnell Island. Pinnell Island is a small, uninhabited island about a 10-minute boat ride off the shores of the French side. To get there, park near the Mount Vernon area and take the short ferry ride there, which leaves about every 30 minutes to Pinnell Island. Be sure to bring cash with you. They don't accept credit cards of any kind. During high season, the ferries run from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Bring your sand toys and towels and plan to spend the entire day on this French nature preserve. Pinnell Island does have two beachfront restaurants, Yellow Beach and Caraboonie, and on this trip we went to Yellow Beach. This is not to be confused with Yellow Sub and Orient. This is Yellow Beach on Pinnell. Smooth sailing in this boat all the way to the island. Our ferry boat docked right in front of the Yellow Beach. We were quickly able to grab some chairs with umbrellas right there on the beach. The water here is calm, clear, and the turquoise blue you expect in the Caribbean. You can also see cute swim-up tables if you want to enjoy a cocktail at the water's edge. You do not have to rent chairs and umbrellas, but we thought the splurge was well worth it, and you get prompt chair service for food and drinks. Once on the island, you're free to roam around and explore. On the backside of Pinnell are hiking trails, and we're told it's more secluded with even more marine life. We ordered lunch and enjoyed the day snorkeling. The best thing about the beach at Yellow Beach is that it is protected, shallow, and has almost no waves and is perfect for young children. It can get crowded, so in the high season, reservations are recommended. When you order lunch, you are directed to one of the cute thatched tiki hut housing tables right beside and behind the beach and chair area. Surprisingly, for an island without any electricity and using solar power, the food was great. Abigail ordered a burger off of the kids' menu, and the burger was one of her favorite meals all trip. They also have lobster cages, and you can go retrieve a lobster for them to cook if you are so inclined. And this is an example of what happens when you give a GoPro to a 9-year-old. But you get the idea. You can also, here in a minute, see Caraboonie Restaurant, which was not open, but when we were there, but is open most of the year. And then there was a tropical storm. Tropical Storm Philippe unexpectedly came ashore during our stay, and we had to cancel our private boat trip, which was a real bummer. I will say the tropical storm probably did make the waves a bit stronger. And here are some random island pics. As you can see, the island really is lush and very mountainous. This is what I call the if you know photos, and donkeys roam in this area, although the whole area there is family friendly. And this is Friars Bay. Word of caution, and maybe it's because we drove there the day after a tropical storm, but the roads are not paved, muddy, and a bit hard to get to. We also went to Sunset Bar on Mayho Beach to watch the airplanes one evening. Town Phillipsburg one day. Here was us on a short walking tour of the Phillipsburg area. The paths are paved and is just beside of the Great Bay Beach area. You can tell this is the area of St. Martin that regularly caters to cruise ship passengers. It can get quite crowded, so if you are on St. Martin, you may want to check the cruise ship schedules to see how many ships are in port on which day. It's obvious why the cruise ships love St. Martin, as the boardwalk has tons of duty-free shops, restaurants, and great things to do. We did try to go to the Yoda Museum, but it was closed on the day we went downtown. Phillipsburg is the capital of the Dutch side. It functions as the commercial center of the island. And the main shopping district is Front Street, which is right beside of the beach area. And if you wanted to, you could rent beach chairs and umbrellas right there on the Great Bay Beach. There are also multiple jewelry stores and duty-free shops. And it's all in all a very accessible area to get to. My daughters each enjoyed going to the Swatch Watch store. We love St. Martin so much, we'll be back in the future.